The problem is not knowing they'll have the same opportunity by becoming his slave. But for now, it's time to check out the Lee family vault because he knows the Lee family is famous for its treasures. The problem is that when he enters, it's full of millionaire things that have no value in this world anymore. Strangely, he decides to spend the money on the paintings because he knows they'll be of some use. After taking what he thinks is useful and destroying the rest, he leaves singing. It was my time and the zombies would be more dangerous. So there was no reason not to spend some time in the luxurious villa. However, what he doesn't know is that in the room he's entering, there's a zombie standing in the middle. What's strange is that in theory, he killed all the people in that village. But then he finds that poor zombie that died in total suffering. The zombie's attributes were enhanced because it was my time, but it had an epic rank talent that would increase its power as it leveled up. Our boy, seeing the stats, already knows it's a good target to use the new enslavement talent. What's strange is that the creature is just standing there doing nothing. Lindsay even finds it odd until the guy that is a zombie asking if he's not going to bite him. But seeing that the zombie has a mind stat of 3, he assumes the guy must have been pretty dumb as a human or something. He asks the system if he can really enslave that zombie since it has a lot of stats. The system says yes, as it still has fewer stats than our boy. Wow, he gets thoughtful. That mind level is very low, but with no choice in wanting to get stronger quickly, he tells the system that he wants to enslave that monster. The screen pops up and he clicks yes. Suddenly, a red energy begins to surround the creature. However, he notices that the zombie seems to be resisting somehow. He's startled and out of nowhere. He sees the zombie calmly scratching its head. Then a window appears, asking him to give the creature a name. Man, what cruel guy. Since it's tall and strong, he names it Big Idiot. A system congratulates him for successfully enslaving Big Idiot. Another attribute window appears for Big Idiot, and man has everything a person has. However, the system mourns that he can't gain prestige or use an inventory. Our boy then tells Big Idiot to show his strength since he imagines that the cage can't hold him. At that moment, Big Idiot grabs the iron bars and begins to create an opening. In a second, he's outside and man running toward Lindsay. But out of nowhere, he stops and apparently he was just playing around, leaving our boy looking like a fool. Instantly, our boy starts equipping some leftover items. What's strange is that now the system message says that the zombie no longer has my attributes. Our boy says it's to be expected since the creature was already too strong. He then tells Big Idiot that he's going to sleep and orders him to watch the door. Another peaceful night for the lazy one passes and he wakes up in his room. Upon opening the door, Big Idiot is standing there just watching. Our boy congratulates him, saying he did a great job, but then asks if he wasn't down there eating the bodies. The creature says no, and our boy realizes it's quite different. With that, he heads to another room and pulls out the usual feast. He starts eating, but then something falls on his back. When he looks, it's Big Idiot drooling, wanting to eat. Our boy has infinite food, so he tells him to eat a bit too. In his past life, he doesn't remember zombies liking the human food, but he had no choice. So he summoned another feast and told him to sit down. He was starting to worry about storing so many food cards, but it seems he found the solution. The original plan was to get revenge at level 5 or 6, but now he's already at level 8 and still can't enter the dungeons. Maybe with the map, the equipment and Big Idiot's help, he could make a profession change and become a shadow of illusion. If that's the case, it's time to head to the Mode Museum and find the profession change scroll. He remembers that the ancestral scrolls there are essential for a profession change. When you enter the class change space, you have to complete 3 challenges within the time limit or you die. He remembers that in his past life when he was going to get that item. It was the day he received some videos of Yo Jang doing adult stuff with Li Hao. He talked to his friends, became up to a plan to get revenge on Li Hao, while our boy didn't know that they had been bought off. He was tricked and thrown into a profession change space. Their plan was either to kill him or make him die without anyone knowing. But what they didn't expect was that he ended up winning that space, acquiring a profession and living with a scar on his face for 10 years. That happened on the 8th day of the apocalypse. And since they were still in a room, there shouldn't be anyone at the Mode Museum yet. Now that Li Hao in this world, he knows things will go much more smoothly this time. Our boy's impressed by how natural his zombie seems. And it looks like he's got brilliant idea. Outside, he's already fully equipped. He made Big Idiot look quite human to avoid attracting attention. The scene shifts to the Mode Museum. A bunch of creatures heading their way. Seeing that there are several dead zombies, our boy knows there must be someone else in this place, so he'll have to be cautious. Obviously, with a 100% drop rate, he's got to be the one to kill. Man, the place is blessed. He kills 3 creatures and already picks up a scroll. That scroll would allow him to summon a fireball, which he could use to cause a bit of damage. He doesn't think that's bad at all. When he looks back, there are some zombies interacting with Big Idiot. He hides, changing his plan. Since Big Idiot doesn't become a target for anyone, he could just let him wander around, opening chests until he finds that strange person. This way, he could avoid any problems and wouldn't have to expose himself. The only issue with this place for now is that there's an absurd number of zombies and maybe even the 2 of them wouldn't be enough to handle everything. Meanwhile, in another part of the city, some guys are standing on a balcony, saying that they need to go to the museum to get the scrolls. The problem is they don't have enough people to cover the entire place. Our boy is just observing, and he even reads their lips, knowing that if he could join this plan, it would save him a lot of trouble. A scene changes to a shopping mall. A man is giving a speech to everyone, saying that he has been decided. His name is Gordon, and he says they're waiting to have 200 armed people before starting the mission. However, some step forward, saying they can't wait that long since they already have enough strength. Everyone is starting to get hungry, and they need to hunt zombies to get new items. Suddenly, one of the rebels gets slapped in the face, and woman tells him to shut up and stop trying to start a revolt. But the guy about slap tells Mingjing to stop acting arrogantly just because she has a bronze level item. Strangely, he tells her that it's better to follow his plans and submit to him. She just asks if he really thinks he's worthy of her. The guy calls her stupid and says that sooner or later, he'll take her down and do whatever he wants with her. She tells him to find a mirror and take a good look at himself first to see if that's even possible. His friends just laugh at him, and he says they better not blame him in the future. While in her arguing, Gordon comes down and tells him to stop fighting and listen to him. That's when someone knocks on the door. It's our boy and Big Idiot. It seems like he recognizes someone when the door opens. It's the guy named Gordon, and he remembers seeing him when he was activating the scrolls back then. At that moment, a girl asks who he is and why he's there. Our boy just calmly approaches. Gordon asks for his name and why he came to the Reapers Club, especially since looking at our boy, he can't see any information about him. And the strangest thing is that the other guy next to him is called Big Idiot, a level 4. Lindsay simply says that he saw a lot of people there and wanted to know if he could join them. Gordon smiles, saying of course, and introduces himself as the club's president. Our boy shakes his hand, and Lai sitting his name is Lin Liu. He introduces Big Idiot, saying unfortunately, he's mute and always work as a bodyguard. With that, our boy thinks to himself that Gordon seems pretty dumb and easy to fool. He turns to Big Idiot and tells him that they're now part of the group. He didn't expect it to be so easy infiltrate. In a room, Gordon says that since they're new, he wants to know what they like to do. Lindsay says he enjoys killing zombies and getting stronger, which is why he wanted to join a larger group. Excited, Gordon says that if that's the case, he has several skill books he can give him. Our boy feels a bit confused by how generous this guy is being. He says it's not necessary, but Gordon insists, saying to friends now. He places a book on the table, and our boy is impressed that it's actually something good. It's a berserker skill book. It's a skill that makes you go berserk, but it increases your stats by 50% for 2 minutes. He knows that losing control like that for 2 minutes is no different from being a zombie in this world. Besides, a person is usually stronger when they can think clearly. Gordon responds that he knows the side effects of the skill are pretty bad, but in a desperate situation, it could save your life. However, he's thinking to himself that he would never use something so risky, but it's different when you're giving it to others. Our boy closes the book and says he can feel Gordon's sincerity in giving him this item and genuinely thanks him. He asks if there's anything else because he and Big Idiot are eager to get back to killing creatures. However, Gordon seems to have recognized something in our boy's smile and asked him to wait a moment. Our boy asks what's up and Gordon says he has one more gift. He has a card with a KFC meal on it and asks why they can't eat together. Even though Gordon had already given him a skill, which wasn't the best, he didn't want our boy to hate him. Lindsay says it's fine, he and Big Idiot still need to kill a lot of zombies to level up. The guy thinks our boy hated him, but in reality he really liked the book and was even hesitant to take more. However, the guy grabs his hand and places the card in it, telling him he can take it for when he gets hungry. Not being able to reveal that he already has plenty of food.